Hello YouTubers, I'm back. I just want to go over some things again. This will be part 2. Like I was telling you, all the people I've spoken with, and pretty much the military being bullies, and the JAG department is Colonel Patrick, sorry I don't have his last name, Mr. Israel, and Mr. Israel's supervisor, all don't care what military doctors do, because I had 2 of them do wrong with me, and they pretty much came back and told me that they didn't do anything wrong. Even though the Air Force has court-martialed this doctor, put him in Leavenworth, this person's had his license revoked. But the last call I had today with the military JAG office was with Patrick. He wouldn't let me talk, and he pretty much was saying he didn't care what this doctor did, or Major Tibbetts did. Because I had tried to explain to him that Prolixin is been removed off the market, that a generic version is still out. He didn't want to listen to that. I asked him about my medical records. He ignored that because my medical records went missing when the investigation started. I tried to speak to Mr. Israel and Colonel Patrick at the same time, and they both said they don't care what the doctor did to me. So, as I was saying to them, you're pretty much saying you don't care that a doctor used a child as a guinea pig. And they said, no, we don't. They didn't care that what I had to say. They wouldn't listen. They wanted to say their piece and then slam the phone in my ear when I was trying to tell them there was stuff that I needed, and they refused. And that is why I'm going to a congressman. I spoke with Mr. Lando with National Archive, and he pretty much wanted to say sorry for all the inconvenience, but we don't care what we did, and we're not going to do anything. And he hung the phone up on me as well, also a government lawyer. I have spoken with Bristol-Myers Squibb. They have assured me that they want to talk to me. And they keep saying this has been escalated, but I never hear back from them. I did hear news that their stock is dropping, and that they're looking at pretty much going belly up. I'm not sure if that's true, but it's kind of a chuckle for me, because Bristol-Myers Squibb is the makers of Prolixin. I wish that the JAG office at wherever their headquarters is, I believe it's in Maryland, would have listened to me, but they pretty much wanted to stand their ground. They didn't want to talk to me. They said that I had 2 medical issues that I was diagnosed with, and it's not in my medical records. They're taking all this word from Dr. Bragger, which, as I told y'all before, Dr. Bragger lost his license to practice. The medical board in Columbia, South Carolina took his license. I tried to explain them that, and they didn't want to listen. And I tried to explain this to Patrick, Colonel Patrick, and he pretty much told me he didn't care. Tried to explain to Mr. Israel, same thing. Tried to explain it to his supervisor, again. I tried to explain that this medicine is a generic version is only out there, and I got this information from 2 different doctors. Again, they told me they didn't want to listen. They didn't want to listen to anything I had to say. All they keep saying is, I can sue them. But they made sure that can't happen because they hid my medical records for 25 years, 20 to 25 years. My records disappeared when the first investigation started, as they said. I don't remember filling out any paperwork for a federal tort back then. They swear up and down that paperwork's been filed. I asked them for proof, and they said it's all on database. They have no proof. Well, the computer says it, but they don't have proof of the denial or any kind of signatures of my parents. They just say it's in their database. So I believe they're lying about that, and I brought it up, and they got upset because I would get my voice would raise because they're yelling at me, but I'm not supposed to yell at them. So that's why I call them the bully of the lawyers, because they would not listen. I tried to explain it to them about Prolixin, my medical records, the doctor being removed, and they still wanted to go by the credibility of this doctor, which was no longer a doctor, and said I was diagnosed with two things, which those two things were diagnosed by Benjamin Bragger, which pretty much is not true, because I still don't have those symptoms anymore, and I was told if I had those symptoms, they would still be with me, and I don't have them. The disability I do have, which Benjamin Bragger was told is my learning disability, and my ability to read and write. I can't write and spell. And all the military JAG office wants me to do is write them a letter, and they know I can't write letters. So they're pretty much, as I said before, telling me we don't care. But the congressman's office I have called does seem like they care. They do seem like they want to help. And it's the only person I've found so far that wants to help me in this situation. I've explained to them what the military JAG office is doing, how they're ignoring me and disregarding what I have to say, and what National Archive is saying. And I've also explained that they kept saying that my records were not on file. I did 9 months ago when Colonel Owen called. They immediately found the records 30 minutes. So the people that's been rude to me has been Colonel Patrick, military JAG, Mr. Israel, lawyer for the federal government, Colonel Kishna, investigation team, General Saeed, Inspector General's office, General Miller with AFMOLA, General Elder with Inspector General, or Surgeon General, I'm sorry, and Tony with General Elder's office, all have told me they don't care what this doctor did to me. They could care less what is going on in my life. I tried to explain it to all of them, and they all want to ignore it. So I'm asking people's help on this, because the Air Force Colonel Patrick said today that he don't care what this medicine's done to me. He doesn't feel the Air Force owes me anything for what they have done, even though I have uncontrollable tremors that cannot be stopped. I have neurologists and several different places tell me there is no stopping this. Bristol-Myers Squibb has told me there's no stopping this. This medicine cannot be interchangeable. And the military has told me that they don't feel they owe me anything, even though this doctor has destroyed my life. So I appreciate everybody watching, and I will let you know what I found out from the congressman's office. Thank you very much.